the beginning of December has come and gone, and these are the things that have happened. Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm Mandy Grace, the author of a retelling of the legend of Robin Hood, known as Return to Sherwood. I am honestly just trying to get all the videoed that I want videoed this week. So here we are. It's nap time. I'm sure you can hear the swing rocking back there with the baby in it. It's a very soothing sound. Also, the 4-year-old is in the room over from here and it's not exactly sleeping, so you'll probably hear her as well. But it's the middle of the month, so it's time to drink out of my mug and do some chit-chatting about this month. It's my mid-month chit-chat. I didn't actually go with tea this time. I went with hot cocoa because it's a cold, miserable day. Okay, we moved because I woke up the baby. I actually wanted to be down there in case he woke up so I wasn't up here and, you know, missing the fact that he was awake. But then I woke him up. It was a mess. So, it's the middle of December, which means 2020 is basically over. This year has felt so long that I'm incoherent. This has felt like a really long year, but the last couple months have gone by very swiftly for me. NaNoWriMo was super fast, which wasn't this month, so I'm not necessarily going to talk about that, but beginning of December, it was publishing Return to Grace that had all of my attention, which I got done, which was exciting. Anyway, so Return to Grace is published now, which was, it was fun to do. Oh, and I did the Virtual Winter BookFest just before publication. That was publication week that was going on, which is actually why I signed up to do it in the first place, because it looked like a fun thing to do, but also it was publication week, and I was like, this is a great way to get hyped about my book. Which I think it was. I don't know. It was fun to do. There's that. For the first 2 days, I was trying to interact with every author that was on there, because every hour was a different author, and so I was trying to be on the Facebook party whole day every day. I had it open on Friday, and I wasn't focused on it all day because I had my nanny job, of course, but I would come back to it, you know, every hour or so, and go through comments and, not go through the comments, go through the posts of that particular hour's author, and just keep up with everyone. And I found a lot of books that I now need to buy and read. So all of that was a lot of fun, but it got a little overwhelming. My camera died. This video's going really well. Third time is a charm, possibly. I can't do a mid-month chit-chat without some sort of thing happening. Like the time that I spilled my entire mug of tea. It's a good time. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't know where it cut off because I didn't watch it back to see where the camera died. But I was talking about the Winter Book Fest, Virtual Winter BookFest thing that I did, which was a lot of fun. But getting behind on hours was really hard to catch back up on, and that's just the nature of Facebook pages and like how it's organized Facebook. So it was just really hard to scroll back through and try to catch up on the hundreds and thousands of posts and comments and whatnot. So once I got behind, I got behind and I stopped. I tried to keep up. The easiest way that I personally found, honestly, was that I was getting notifications on my Mandy Grace author page that I was being mentioned and whatnot, because I was a co-host on the Virtual BookFest thing. So I was getting notifications for everything. So it would be like, people liked your post or whatever, but it wasn't my post, it was one of the other authors' posts. So I was just going through my notifications on Sunday, and was just like finding the authors and comments and things just through the notifications and not actually on the page, because it got a little crazy. And I do feel like I probably missed some things, but it's fine. It's fine. I found a lot of new authors and lots of books that I need to read, and I had fun during my hour, even though I had some technical difficulties. Okay, I kind of talked about this in my Winter BookFest vlog thing. But leading up to the BookFest, I was very, very nervous about it because I get some like social anxiety stuff. So I was very, very nervous about it, and I pre-planned all of the posts that I was going to do, which helped, you know, calm me down a little bit, but I was kind of panicking because I was planning to go live for a portion, and the live part is the part that I was panicking about, freaking out, giving myself a panic attack. It was fine. But in my panic, like the day before or 2 days before, something like that, I made a post, like one of the pre-made posts like the other ones I was doing. I made a post of all the things that I was going to say in my live in case I chickened out, and then I would just already have it and it would be fine. So I had a fallback if I chickened out of the live. And then on the day of my hour for the BookFest, I was going to do it. I was like, it's fine, I'm going to do it. So I put my little Christmas tree up, and I had it lit up and flashing, you know? And I had this Christmas sweater on, and I had my Christmas earrings, which I'm not wearing today, and I was ready. I was hyped, I was excited, I had something to drink. It was probably tea, I don't remember. But I was ready to do the live. Even though I was kind of panicking, I was ready to do it. And then we couldn't get the live to work. Tried, but could not get the live to work. And then my sister came upstairs and sat next to me and tried to get it to work, and Angela was sending me messages and trying to get it. Was just, it didn't work. It didn't work. It was fine. So in the end, I had to use the fallback post that I had made because I thought I would chicken out, and I didn't chicken out. It just wasn't working. But it's fine. So that was the Winter BookFest, Virtual Winter BookFest. I feel like I always skip a word when I'm saying it. Anyway, it was a lot of fun to do. And if Angela hosts another one, I will probably do it again because it was fun. It was really fun interacting with the other authors. Like, I felt like mine, I don't know, it didn't necessarily, I don't like talking about myself. That's what it is. I don't like talking about myself in my books. So it wasn't as much fun. I was going to say slightly as much fun, but that doesn't make sense. Whatever. Yeah. So yes, that was the, like the 5th, 6th, and 7th, or something like that. And then on the 9th was publication. Oh yeah, I also had intended the 1st through the 9th to have a video on my YouTube channel every single day leading up to Return to Grace being published, and it was going to be this big grand hype thing, right? And then I think I did like 3 or 4 videos in those 9 days, and one of them doesn't count because it was my NaNoWriMo week 4 vlog that was supposed to be posted earlier, but I slacked off on it, so it ended up on the 1st, and I didn't do the 9 days thing, so that was kind of sad. But Return to Grace was published, and it was fine. My Amazon link didn't go live until 2 days later, but it's fine. That was really my fault, because this is the 10th time I've done this. I know how it works. I know that you're supposed to, you know, publish it a few days early so that it has time to go through review, and then Amazon will give you the link and it's live and it's fine. And usually I do it like a week early, and then I have plenty of time, and it's there and it's happy. Yeah, I did it the night before this time, so, you know, it took the 2 days before I had a live link, which I knew it would, but was still flustered by. It's fine. Let's see, I had a live stream on December 9th, which was a lot of fun. I panicked. Like, okay, I was nervous about the Return to Sherwood one, but I think the combination of having my best friend on there with me calmed 90% of my nerves, and then the other people there were my cousin and my cover designer, whom I adore, even though we never actually had a face-to-face interaction before. Yeah, I don't know. I love Mandy Lynn, so I wasn't nervous about being on with Mandy Lynn. So the Return to Sherwood one, I was nervous because I get nervous about things, but I wasn't panicking. And with this one, I was panicking. And I'm not sure, I mean, it was my cousin, and it was Austin, whom I adore, but I think, here's what I think part of the problem is. I look up to Austin. I think that added to my panicking, you know? Because I was like, I respect this woman so much, and I don't want her to think I'm an idiot, so then I acted like an idiot. That's how that goes for me. I think that's what it was. And then also I had no idea who Shanna was. Turns out she's a super sweet, awesome lady and writes great books. But I didn't know who she was. She was just someone on Instagram who I happen to follow and follows me, and like we've interacted a little bit because of the Find My Writing Community hashtag, which was also awesome, by the way. That was months ago, and I talked about that in a previous chit-chat, but that was awesome. But anyway, we'd interacted a little bit on Instagram, but not enough for me to know who she was, really. She was a complete stranger, and so I was nervous about it. And then there was Austin, who I was like, please don't think I'm an idiot, I love you. So I don't know, I was just panicking and freaking out, and I don't think I was that bad. Like, I rewatched the live, and it wasn't horrible. I did not enjoy this live as much, personally, like my portion of it. I loved Austin, I loved Shanna, I loved Candace, like, they all did great with their little things. I wasn't very satisfied with mine, and also I just felt really anxious about it, so it wasn't super fun, guys. That's what I'm getting at. It wasn't super fun in my particular portions. Like, when I was sitting and listening to Austin read her poetry, it was fine. Or listening to Shanna read the first chapter of her book, it was fine. But, yeah, I just didn't enjoy my portions. I did not. It's, And then I was, like, pacing around and starving and, like, eating anything that I could get my hands on, because that's what happens after I start freaking out. Like, all of the adrenaline wears off and I'm just drained and starving. Anyway, that was publication day. What's happened since then? In the last couple days, I've started getting back into my Nano story, because I took a break for almost 2 weeks. It was like 10 days or so when because it was after Return to Grace, which was the 9th. Yeah, I think it was the 10th when I was like, I should get back into my Nano story, but then it wasn't until like the 13th or something that I actually started writing again. I made it about halfway through my outline during NaNoWriMo, which got me to 50,000 words. We're not going to talk about the last, like, 3,000 of those words, because they were not great. And I definitely deleted them since then, but it's fine. I got to 50,000 words, but I was only halfway through my outline, which for me is a huge, huge deal. Like, 50,000 words is, like, the max end of how big I usually write stories. I write, teeny tiny little novella things. Dusty is massive, and she was like 40,000 words. Actually, I have no idea how big she was. I'd have to look that up. But I think Return to Grace is my biggest story ever. I was amazed by Return to Grace. I thought that was huge for me. It was so many words, I could not handle it. And then I only made it 50,000 words halfway through my novel for this NaNoWriMo story, and I'm just in awe. This is going to be the biggest book that I have ever written, and this is the first draft, and because I'm an underwriter, which means I'm not doing descriptions or, whatever, the first time through, there will be even more words. Not less, more. There will be more words after I start doing revisions. And I already know like 7 or 8 scenes that need to be added to the first chapter, let alone any of the other 10 chapters I've already written. Yeah, this is gonna be a beast. At least for me. It's not gonna be like a 1,000-page book beast for other people, but for me, it's gonna be massive. Which I think partly is just the nature of the story, because it's a fantasy story, so there's a lot of things. And I also think part of it, I would not have said this with Return to Grace, but now that it's happening again to a larger extent, I think it has a lot to do with my growth as a writer. Like, I am an underwriter. I will skip every detail and everything. I would just write dialogue if I could, for the first draft. Like, I skip everything and just get the bare bones of the story down, and then I try to polish it up. Yeah, but in spite of being an underwriter, I've twice now in a row written much bigger books than I ever have in the past, and I think it's because I'm growing as a writer. I understand what I'm doing now, and I'm better at telling stories, and I don't know. I don't know. I just think the amount of words in this particular case is like a very visual example of my growth and better writing. I don't know. Word count doesn't really mean that much at the end of the day, but I think in this case it does. I think that's it though. I'm finishing up my Nano whip. Hopefully, well, see, I want to say hopefully before December's over, but I have like 3 more days before Christmas break, and I'm not good about writing when I have free time. Don't know what it is about that, but I'm not good about writing when I have free time. So it's probably not going to get done in the next 3 days, which means January, which is fine. I haven't actually sat down and made my first quarter of 2021 goals. We'll get to that some other time. Talked about BookFest, which was fun. Talked about Return to Grace publication. I think that's basically everything that's happened this first week, 2 weeks. I haven't read anything this month. I went through Harry Potter and the Chronicles of Narnia in November during NaNoWriMo, but I haven't read anything at all. I started reading this one because Shanna was on my live stream for Return to Grace, so I wanted to have some, I don't know, understanding of her book before helping her, you know, promote it. But I've only made it like a chapter or 2 into it. I intend to finish it. I'm enjoying it. I was vlogging it, to be perfectly honest. This was I started this vlog during the build up to Return to Grace. So like those 9 videos that were supposed to be happening the 1st through the 9th and getting everyone excited for 9 days until Return to Grace on the 9th. Yeah, this was supposed to be one of those videos. I did not get very far into this vlog, so it's not one of those videos. And I don't know how I'm gonna do with the intro. I might film a new intro when I put that reading vlog up, or I might trim down the intro excessively, because the beginning of that vlog is basically me ranting about not being able to do the 1st through the 9th videos. Like I was just discussing, the 1st was a cop-out video, and the 2nd didn't publish until the 3rd because it took so long, and then you know, I just went on a rant. I don't know. Anyway, I'm ranting now. When I do this with tea, one, I burn my tongue a lot. That happens. But also I don't drink it very often during the video because it's hot. And I know that I burn my tongue. But this cocoa had time to cool down, and I feel like maybe I haven't been, but I feel like I've just been guzzling it while trying to talk.